Hi, my name is Aaron Travis, and I just wanted to talk briefly about something I've been thinking about a little bit. Um, Basically, it's a way of organizing your life. It's something that I've begun to do in my own life, and so I just wanted to share it with you all. So there's five pieces or five components that I think we have to maintain in balance as we live our lives. Uh, the first is love. So, spending time with people that you love, um, I think that emotional connection between yourself and another person, I think that's something that we need in our lives as human beings. Um, and I'm not just referring to, the romantic love, boyfriend, girlfriend, but also just you love your children, you love your parents, right? Granted, there's a distinction between non-romantic and romantic love, but for what I'm talking about here, I'm sort of talking about them all in the same way. That emotional connection between two people, I think, is something that we need. Like I said, as humans. Um, so that's the first thing. The second is charity, right? Helping others, maybe mentoring youth, for example, right? Anything where you're uh, actively, uh, where you're trying to help somebody, where you're giving of yourself to help another person. That act is something that is, I believe, it's very important for us um, to continue to do as a part of our daily lives. Um, so that's why it's on this list. The third is friendship. So maintaining friendships. You know, I think that humans are very social creatures, and I think that um, that that bond between two friends is something um, that's important, and it's important to have. And I think that if you live your whole life without many friends, I think you suffer for it. And so that's why friendships is the third thing. The fourth is mental fitness. So stimulating your mind. Um, whether that be through reading or maybe you're learning a new language, anything where you are continuing to push yourself, to push your mind, continuing to learn. I think that that's very important. Um, I think a lot of us, we learn in school, we learn when we're kids, and we get to a certain age, and we feel like we're done learning. I think that you should never stop learning. And I think that it's good for our minds, it's good for our bodies to continue to learn. Um, so that's the fourth thing is mental fitness. Uh, the fifth and final piece is physical fitness. So that's pretty straightforward, right? Maybe playing pickup basketball with friends, or maybe you run, or going to the gym a couple times a week. Anything where you're sort of maintaining that fitness. It might seem like it's less important, but I think it's equally as important as all the other things. Taking care of your body and just staying active, I think contributes to sort of a healthy lifestyle that lets you then achieve your full potential. Right. So those are the five pillars: love, charity, friendship, mental fitness, and physical fitness. Um, and what I'm trying to say with those five things is more that I think it's important for us to maintain a balance between them in our lives. I think sometimes people can spend too much time, or spend the majority of their time in one or two of those two areas, and neglect maybe charity, for example. I know that's something that's been true for me. I think as I've grown older, I had to get a job, and there's a lot going on around me. I think that that's one of the things that I've started, or that I've neglected lately, and I think that I've suffered for it. just being honest. Um, so that's one example, but I think what I'm trying to say is that it's important to maintain a balance of these five things, and I think through maintaining that balance, um, we can ultimately we can achieve our potential as human beings, and within society. That's really what I want to stress. I think that if people um, embrace these pillars, they can improve as individuals, and then through our collective improvement as individuals, we can improve as a society. Um, One thing I will mention is that there's no, you notice there's no pillar that says like have fun, or there's no pillar for happiness, right? And that's because um, happiness to me is a derivative of some of the other things that I listed, right? Um, and specifically a derivative of the balance of those things. When you're spending time with people that you love, you're typically happy. When you're helping others, it makes you feel good. It makes you happy. So I don't think that happiness is something that we need to explicitly strive for. I think that it's something that um, it's something that we get for free from being a balance between the things that I mentioned. So I just wanted to make that point. Um, so that's pretty much it. There's two things I wanted to say before I shut this off. Um, the first is that you might be tempted to kind of finish watching this video and maybe you think, oh, that was interesting, or that was really weird, or whatever. But um, before you get back to your day-to-day life, or reality TV, or whatever you were going to do, um, I would encourage you to actually think about this. Um, think about love, charity, friendship, mental fitness, physical fitness, and think about how those five things fit into your life, and how your daily activities align with those five things. And maybe there's one or two of those things that you're not doing anything, or you're not none of your activities align with. I think you know what I'm trying to say. Maybe you're not doing any type of charity work, or maybe you're um, mental fitness, you're not doing anything for that, right? I would just encourage you to sort of try to align the pieces of your life with these things, because I think it's ultimately for you will be very beneficial. Um, and I'd say that even if you don't agree with me, that like these five things are the five really important things, right? I think just going through that exercise of sort of looking at your life, and thinking critically about the things that you do and why you're doing them, and sort of what you get out of them. I think that exercise is a good one to go through. Um, I think that taking time to think about that kind of stuff is important. So, um, but yeah, I would definitely suggest um, thinking about it, thinking about the things that you do and how they sort of line up with the things that I'm talking about. Right. And the second thing that I wanted to say um, is that if what I'm saying resonates with you, that's good. Like, let it resonate. Don't. What I don't want you to do or what I'd say is, don't let the forum. I'm talking to you on YouTube or somewhere on the internet. Sorry about that. That was my alarm. Um, what I was saying though is I don't want you. Well, I was trying to say, don't let the forum that you're hearing this in, right, discount the message itself, right? Um, I'm talking to you on YouTube or somewhere on the internet, um, but don't let the fact that I'm not on television telling you this, or that you're not reading this in a best-selling book, um, don't let that discourage you from trusting how you feel. I think that there's so much going on around us a lot of the time that we sometimes look outside of ourselves for validation, right? If everybody on TV is talking about something, then it's real. Or if everybody around us is validating something, then it's real. But if like I'm saying, if what I'm saying, like if you agree with it, or if you think if it strikes you, that's validation enough. Like you don't need um, well, I think that if you find it to be tangible, if you think that it's something worth um, applying to your own life, go for it and do it. Um, yeah, that's all I'm trying to say. So um, that's it, and thank you all for listening. Good luck.